feel like that is the jam that goes do 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 do. That part of the countdown, the music. I was just like, oh yeah. So hello everyone, happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. I already see some suggestions in the chat, so bear with me. I have placed things on my list that are items that I have only seen. So I have not probably seen everything on Disney Plus, so don't get mad at me if I haven't seen it. I will be obviously taking any suggestions that you guys feel is important for me to watch on Disney Plus. But as always, we're going to have our dad jokes. Well, first we're going to say hi to the chat, then do the dad jokes, and then do some TV show movie lists. I know that there's like several other people streaming tonight, so I probably won't be on for that long. I know that the fireworks are always starting at 9 o'clock, so I feel like this is probably like the worst time for me to go live, but I digress. I'm always very excited to come on here and talk a little bit about Disney. I hope you guys enjoy it. And yes, let's go ahead and get started with the chat. So Justin is obviously here. He's saying that he's going to riot if I don't include Star Wars biomes on this. I'll leave that up to my list, and you will have to wait and see. It'll be like a cliffhanger. Christine, happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day. Hi, Rachel's Adventures. Sebastian the Crab, Jeanette, hello. It's right behind the Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom show. Of course, everyone's favorite Disney park, Animal Kingdom. Sometimes I realize that not everyone picks up on my sarcasm as well as others. So just to clarify, Animal Kingdom is not my favorite park. Hi, Jay Grubbs. Welcome. Hi, Tim. Karina, thanks for being here. Hi, Sean, Team Snag and Whiskers. Awesome. Yeah, I feel like, so I'm just going to throw this out here. I actually haven't seen the Star Wars biomes. Hashtag all things Star Wars. Yeah, I actually haven't seen that. I haven't seen Obi-Wan Kenobi yet. I haven't seen Rebels. Justin, please don't hate me. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to watch other things as well. And so anytime someone finds out that I haven't seen a TV show, they're like, oh, why haven't you done that? But to be fair, I do that to other people as well. I'm like, how haven't you seen this movie? Where have you been living? Under a rock? But to be fair, the Star Wars biomes is not up here on my list. It's other places. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Dean, hello. Welcome. Everyone picks up on my sarcasm. Yeah, they obviously do. And it's very, very easy to tell when you're speaking over typed text. Those are my favorite kinds of sarcasm. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the dad jokes because, like I said, I know that there's several other people streaming tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead. And we have jokes from last week as well. So I hope everyone had a really great 4th of July. I know that there was lots of fireworks going on there, and you could probably do a mindfulness thing to Star Wars biomes. Yeah, that would be really cool. They do have little mindfulness, Zen 5-minute episodes that I've watched on Disney Plus before. I didn't include those on the list because I went through every movie and every TV show. Mr. the Crab, a celebrity, has come into our presence. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Mr. the Crab. I got a hi. Hi, Kit. Hi, Verna. Welcome. Guys, Verna's seriously the most talented artist. Tim. Tim, you have to watch it. Okay. But we'll talk about TV shows after, or movies after, whatever, TV shows and movies after the dad jokes. But what explorer was the best at hide and seek? Marco Polo. Oh, this one's really bad, actually. Thanks, Karina. I like these ones. I have a little bit left of the fabric too. I might do 1 or 2 pairs of very limited edition ears and sell them on my shop. But I'll have to wait and see because I get a lot of questions about these ears in particular. What game does the sky love to play? Do you ever think about how the sky might get bored? The sky, SKY, just in case you're not hearing me correctly. What game does the sky love to play? Because sometimes the sky gets bored up there and, the sky doesn't have anyone to hang out with except for clouds. But sometimes they like to play Twister, which is it's so bad. Hi, Simba 2, welcome. Hi, Sam. Yeah, Sam's the Hamilton is the best. I have not seen it over 1,000 times, but I've definitely seen it plenty of times. I've been really lucky enough to part of my birthday present to myself last year was to go see Hamilton on Broadway. So, and I'm lucky enough that I live close enough to New York City where I could do that. I know that's not an option for most people. Hi, Nick. Welcome. Nick, I haven't had a chance to watch your review of Thor, but I'm very intrigued about what you thought about Thor. I know, Twister, right? What genre are national anthems? What music genre are national anthems? Country. What happens in a cave in the rainforest? We're getting lots of nature jokes here today. What happens in a cave in the rainforest? Amazon Echo, but boom. Hey, Alexa, hey, Alexa, play Mickey's Magic on YouTube. Maybe I'll have set off someone's Alexa. What has 4 wheels and flies? Just gonna wait a second for this one. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. But oh, speaking of, what is a dog's favorite city? I was just talking about how my favorite city is New York City. Hi, Kate, welcome. But what is a dog's favorite city? New Yorkie. I love dogs. Okay, this one's actually pretty funny. I think it is at least. What is a golfer's worst nightmare? What's a golfer's worst nightmare? The bogeyman. Hey, Jill, welcome. I thought that one was funny. I got to set that aside. What is a tree's favorite drink? It's not I am Groot, but a tree's favorite drink? Root beer. Okay, if anyone's curious, we could also look this up as well. But what is the most expensive fish in the entire world? I'm kind of curious about this one, though. A goldfish. And those are our jokes for today. I think the best one was, what is a golfer's worst nightmare? The bogeyman. I just thought that one was funny. Okay. I hope you guys liked my jokes for the evening. And yeah, some of them are really bad and some of them are really good. It's a hit or miss, though. It really is. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about Disney Plus and some of my favorite things that I've watched on it, some of the things that are really good, and some things that I feel like are really underrated. Yes, Dean had such a good joke. We should tell a joke about the king that turned everything to gold when he touched it. I mean, we might as well. But Dean sends me the best jokes all the time. So thank you to anyone that ever sends me any jokes. They truly make my day. I really love it. Especially for ones that I haven't heard before. They're so good. But like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about Disney Plus and some of the things that I feel like are a little underrated on Disney Plus. I do have some like very obvious choices, and I tried not to pick a lot of obvious choices just because I know that a lot of us have probably already seen some of these things, and I don't want to, keep reminding people to watch them. But I think I'm gonna start, and I have these just in alphabetical order because I went through every movie and I went through every TV show or like every series that's available on Disney Plus right now, and I just have them in alphabetical order. They're not in any like specific numbered sequential order. they're just alphabetical order. So I think I'm going to start off with the movies first because I'm definitely a movie person. I love TV shows too, but there's something special about movies, and feature length movies is just very, very cool. So coming up first in my list, and I would love to hear what you guys like on Disney Plus as well, because there might be things that I have never seen and that I would really love to check out as well. But please let me know if you have any suggestions. Hey, Christine, welcome. Pikalatruski. So the first thing on my movies list is the Avengers. I mean, pretty much 3 out of 4 Avengers movies, in my opinion, they are chef's kiss. They are amazing. The original Avengers movie in 2012, Infinity War and Endgame. I'm not as big of a fan of Age of Ultron. But I still think it's important to watch. But if I'm gonna pick a movie, like I've been really interested in rewatching some of the movies, out of order, of course. Like I'm just picking and choosing which ones I like. But I watched the Guardians movies. I watched the Ragnarok. I'm kind of on like phase 3 right now. And then I'm watching Infinity War. I'm like in the middle of Infinity War right now, and watching some of them back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how good the Guardians movies were. And I forgot how good Infinity War is. Hey, Nathan Rada. Yeah, Jill. I guess so. Nick, I actually have never seen The Rocketeer, so I have to watch that movie. Maybe I watched it when I was a really little kid, but if I did, I don't remember it. And I've heard really good things about it. But just to go back, I think that the Avengers movies as a whole are so well done. And if you've never seen them, you should definitely watch them, especially if you could somehow get to the point to watch Infinity War and Endgame. I think that those are 2 of the absolute best Marvel movies. And we know that Marvel has a lot of really great movies, but those 2, Infinity War and Endgame, are just absolutely amazing. Okay, next one. Yeah, everyone's saying Rocketeer was really good. I know. I've heard that it was really good. I just haven't watched it. So I'll have to add that to my list. I'm going to have a list for me, and then for me to watch as recommendations, and then everything else that I'm naming here. The second thing, I have noticed a lot of people, and I'm so happy that Christine is here because so many people have never seen Big Hero 6. What is up with that? Big Hero 6 is one of the most underrated movies, I feel like, in Disney. And it is so well done. So well done. I can't speak more highly of that movie. And the fact that the main theme song for that movie is a Fall Out Boy song couldn't have fit any better. It's my jam. And Baymax is great. Hero is great. The storyline is really great. It's something that I really connect to as a human, just because it's very relevant to my life. And I just love that movie. It is so good. And I can't believe that people have never seen it. Big Disney fans have never seen that movie. It is so good for adults as well. Some movies I feel like are kind of Justin, I actually haven't seen The Bad Batch either. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm still trying to finish Clone Wars, but we'll get to TV shows in just a bit. Hey Debbie, welcome. I even shed a tear watching Big Hero 6. Yeah, I definitely cried during that movie, 100%. There's a couple of them that I really cried very hard. I cried very hard. But Big Hero 6 is such a good movie. I don't know how people are sleeping on it. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. There's no prequels. There's nothing that you really need to know beforehand. Just watch the movie. It's so good. Next one. Captain America Civil War. As I was saying, I tried not to put too many Marvel movies on here just because I know that so many of the Marvel movies are so good. And same thing with Star Wars. I literally just wrote down Star Wars because you should just watch all of them. There's a giant inflatable Baymax at Hollywood Studios right now. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Mandy, thank you so much. Also, Welcome. Yeah, I should probably make another pair of Baymax ears. I haven't made one in a really long time, but I do love Baymax. Baymax is Harry baby. It's just such a good movie. You gotta watch it. But Captain America Civil War is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I think it is fantastic. It's so well done and it brings together a lot of heroes. If you've never seen it, you should try and get into it as well. Um, Once again, just really, really, really well done. Introduces my favorite character to the MCU, and there's just so many good parts to it. Next one, I know a lot of you guys have seen it, but Cruella. I think I've seen this movie at least 10 times. I have seen Rogue One. Yeah, Rogue One is really good. Dean says, just watch all the Star Wars films and shows. Yeah, I just, in the movie category, I literally just put Star Wars. There are some Marvel movies that I definitely would skip over if possible. Um, eh, but you kind of have to watch all of them to understand it. I've tried to tell people like which ones you could potentially skip over and just like get some bits and pieces of information. But the best thing is to just watch them. But I don't know. Anyway, Cruella. First of all, the soundtrack is absolutely amazing. The music in that movie, like it's so, so, so good. The costume and makeup, the costuming is so good. Yes, skip Dark World. Yeah, Thor the Dark World. Um, yes, Jill, you should definitely watch it. Emma Stone did such a great job as Cruella. I thought going into it that she was going to do a really, really great job. I was a little hesitant on the first trailer that I saw about her accent, but I think after watching the movie, I'm like, wait, this is way better than I thought it would be. And the amount of times that I've seen it, I feel like is a testament to how how good I think the movie is, which I think it's very, very, very well done. Really, really loved it. Cruella was okay. Maybe I should watch it a second time though. Yeah, I think because I'm just a fan, I'm a really big fan of that movie. I mean, of the music and Emma Stone and the costuming and the makeup. I just think everything is so well done and put together. Like, it's just really, really good. Um, Cruella was so good that they immediately started making the second one. I actually didn't know that. That's really cool. Have you seen this movie called Brave? It's on Disney Plus. Yes, maybe the best Disney princess. I actually didn't include any Disney. I included one Disney animated movie. Well, two or three, because I guess Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is technically a Marvel movie as well. But I only picked like one more, like more of like a nostalgic Disney movie, only because I figured that most of you guys were probably already watching the animated films anyway. But I tried to pick ones that I thought were really underrated. Brave, I do think is underrated. It's a really the music in that movie is also really fantastic. Touch the Sky is probably in my top 5 Disney songs. Really love that song too. Both you could watch both versions of Beauty and the Beast. That's awesome. Yeah, I really liked Emma Watson as Belle, but I think I've only seen that movie twice. I saw it in the movie theater and then I think I watched it one more time again. Hi Gina, welcome. Okay, so we talked about Cruella. This one I feel is very, very underrated. I don't ever hear anyone talk about this movie, specifically this next one. And it's the greatest game ever played with Shia LaBeouf, and it's all about golf, and it's really heartwarming, and it's really, really awesome. I don't know why more people don't talk about that movie. It is on Disney Plus. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. You'd probably really, really like it if you like any Disney movie. um, Next, Guardians of the Galaxy. Both of them really, really great movies. Once again, I'm trying really hard not to mention specific Marvel movies, but there's something really special about Guardians that it combines serious things, it combines humor, sarcasm, like it's just that's my jam. The music is so good. Everything is fantastic about Guardians of the Galaxy. I love those movies so much. The other movie was The Greatest Game Ever Played. It's about golf. And Shia LaBeouf is in it. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Yeah. Both movies are really great. 1 and 2. Once again, the music in those, I will literally just turn on the Spotify playlist of Guardians of the Galaxy because I think it is so great. The music, that's just my jam too. The music in movies, and of course, I love Chris Pratt. I think he's hilarious, and I've seen so many pictures now or like videos of Dave Bautista like in Epcot now, and he was riding Guardians of the Galaxy maybe like yesterday, and I thought that was so cool. So I wanted to mention that too. Um, okay, the next one, Halloween Town. I am talking about 1 and 2. 3, you could probably watch Halloween Town High. Do not watch the 4th one. Guardians does have the best soundtrack. But yes, Halloween Town, the first Halloween Town, you should definitely watch. Especially coming into spooky season. Hi, Richard. I hope you're doing well. You are the best. And I hope that Donna's doing well too. Yes, I love Halloween Town as well, Verna. Halloween Town is just really classic. I feel like anyone that's my age probably grew up watching that. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. And it's just so good. It's so well done. And it's got Debbie Reynolds in it. How could you not love Debbie Reynolds? And I just love Halloween Town. The aesthetic is really, really cool. Next one, Tim, this one is for you. I'm ready for Hocus Pocus 2 as well. I'm really excited. But Tim, this one is for you. You should definitely watch Hamilton. If you have not seen Hamilton at this point, listen to any of the music. You're truly doing a disservice to yourself. You're like literally missing out on life. Even if I tell this to everyone, like if you are not a fan of Broadway shows, it doesn't really matter. If you're not a fan of like rap, R&B, hip hop, doesn't really matter. This music is so good. It is so good. Hamilton is one of the best things that I have ever seen. And it's so good on Disney Plus, but it's even better in person. I'm being Italian right now. Like it is so good. It is really, really, really good. So Justin, it's really funny that you say that. Hey, Stacy. Stacy also came up with a conclusion for our AT-AT like AT-AT discussion. It could be either. Yes, Kimberly J. Brown and the guy who played Calabar, Cal. Yeah, they just got engaged. Yeah, I know that. I knew that they were together. That's really, really cool too. I love the first one is great, but I could skip the other Halloween Town. I like Halloween Town 2, and I sometimes like Halloween Town High, but definitely don't watch the last one. Just don't. But yeah, Hamilton, Justin, it's really funny that you say that because I'm actually not I can pretty much get along with any music besides like country music. I'm not the biggest country fan. Which is funny because I've had conversations with people recently and they're like, aren't the Eagles country? I'm like, no, they're not. They're like Southern rock. And they're like, that's kind of country. I'm like, no, it's not. Or like the Steve Miller band or, like Southern rock music. And it's not country. I really love Broadway shows. Like I was saying, I live fairly close to New York City, and I could get there pretty quickly. I was very, very lucky to be able to see some Broadway shows as a kid, and I just love Broadway. There's something really that the people on Broadway are so incredibly talented. It is unbelievable. Like the amount of talent that exudes from the stage, it's insane. I agree about Hamilton. When I first heard about it, even though I really like Broadway shows, I just didn't get it. But then I have watched it 10 times. So if you haven't seen Hamilton yet and you don't know what it's about and you haven't heard any of the music, the one thing I can suggest is that you watch on Disney Plus with subtitles. I watch everything with subtitles because I'm a millennial and that's what I do. It helps me understand movies way more. I have to watch things with subtitles or else I get very confused. But for that specifically, I would highly recommend watching with subtitles so that way you can understand some of the plot a little bit better. Because there's parts with, like, say, Lafayette where Guns and Ships, he's rapping so fast that you can't even understand some of the words that he's saying. So I would definitely recommend watching with subtitles if you haven't seen it before. Um, I just love Broadway shows. There's another Broadway show on this list as well. Um, they're really, really fast. Yeah, especially like in Guns and Ships with Lafayette, and it's just really fast. No, 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 subtitle, let me lose me. No, 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 you gotta watch it. Game changer. As Jeanette said, you gotta watch it with subtitles. It makes it so much more um it's more enjoyable with the subtitles. Yes, it's about 2.5 hours, but that's kind of like any Broadway show. Like any Broadway show is that length. Um, I also heard, Justin, that Free Guy was really great. I heard that from Chris, and I trust Chris's judgment on anything. So Chris Dadbuilds had said that it was really good. I haven't had a chance to see it yet either. I think it's also on HBO Max. Um, Arjan says, even an old guy like me liked Hamilton. Richard, you're not old. You're awesome. Broadway shows are cool, but I can't figure out the subway. Yeah, the subways are kind of challenging sometimes, but once you figure out where you're going, it's fine. Uh, it's so funny that so many people can't do subtitles. Yeah, I have to watch with subtitles, like everything. It really annoys a lot of people. The lyrics are amazing. How some of the words are rhymed is great. Yeah, and if you guys like anything if you like Moana, if you like In the Heights, if you like Mary Poppins Returns, if you like Lin-Manuel Miranda, you're gonna love Hamilton. I mean, it's just so I can't say enough about it. um, I it's so funny that this has turned into like a subtitles, no subtitles. I have to watch with subtitles, and it really annoys a lot of people, so I'm sorry. But okay, anyway, Hamilton. Next one. This is one of the only Disney animated movies that I included on the list, just because I feel like it's very underrated and not a lot of people care much about it, but it is Hercules. Hercules is celebrating its 25th anniversary too, and I don't feel like it gets enough love. It's so amazing. Hercules is such a good movie. The music, once again, is so good. I will just listen to the music all the time. Like I have songs just on my playlist just to listen to. And Hades is one of the best villains. Pain and Panic are some of the best sidekicks. Meg, obviously, my friends call me Meg. At least they would if I had any. Like little lines like that. And keep in mind too, I say that in real life, and then people have no idea. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but I'm like, no, 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 it's a quote from a movie. Anyway, I'm like, hey, my name is Meg, or my friends call me Meg, at least they would if I had any. So yeah, Hercules is one of my favorite movies, probably tied with The Lion King. Those are my two favorite Disney movies. Oh, awesome, Stacy. That sounds really cool. So if you haven't seen Hercules, or if you just haven't seen it in a while, you should definitely rewatch it. Next one, another ironically Shia LaBeouf movie, Holes. If you have never seen Holes, you got to watch it. It's really, really awesome. I think it was a book too. So if you read that as a younger person, or if you have any kids that may have read this story, it's just really it's a nice movie to watch, and it'll warm your heart, and it's got Gus in it from Psych. Psych is another criminally underrated show. If you've never seen Psych from USA, oh my gosh, you got to watch Psych. I think it's on Amazon Prime now, but or Peacock maybe. If you have never seen Psych though, go watch Psych, because skip all these things, go watch Psych instead. Next one. Another holiday movie, but definitely a must watch. I'm sure everyone has probably watched it already, but Home Alone 1 and 2 specifically. Home Alone 2, I like better than Home Alone 1. Lost in New York is so funny, and I love that it's in New York City. And once again, as a kid, I was able to grow up going to New York City and visiting New York City. That's something that I'm very lucky that I got to do. I know that there's so many people in the world that have never seen New York City, never been to New York City. Oh, Jeanette, you should watch Holes. It's really cool. But yeah, Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 I have to say though, Home Alone: Lost in New York is probably my favorite. Um, they're just so good. They're so funny. Macaulay Culkin is so good. Um, the third one is okay. It's just okay. It was weird that they changed the kid, but I guess that happens in movies. But specifically Home Alone 1 and 2. The next one, this is the only other animated movie I think that I have on this list, which is Inside Out. Um, I don't feel like a lot of people have seen Inside Out either, this Pixar movie. And Inside Out is also very criminally underrated. um, I feel like it's been getting a little bit more love as of recent just because of Disneyland and California Adventure. They have some more theming over there, and we have like joy and sadness, or we used to have joy and sadness in Epcot. I think it's just joy now. Um, but if you've never seen that movie, 100% you need to see it. It is so good. Also, another movie that I connect to on such a personal level, and it really I remember watching that movie for the first time and I just bawled. I cried so hard at that movie and it just hits you in the feels. And I'm not saying to like go out and watch these movies that are going to make you cry, but what I'm saying is that some of these are so underrated and no one ever talks about them, I feel like, especially in our community or people are like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Jill, have a great evening. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, Jeanette, I think it's really, really good. Yeah, joy. I think it's just joy though, and sadness used to be there. Yes, and you can use it for all different sort of emotional, intellectual lessons. You know, bringing up this idea of Chris, I was just saying that there are a couple of things that I haven't seen that people were giving suggestions about, and I was like, well, Chris told me that it was good, so I 100% trust his judgment because Chris and I have very similar tastes in movies and in TV shows and such. But thanks for being here, Chris. Anyway, we were talking about Inside Out and how it's very underrated, and the character of Riley is really, really, really important. And I think there's so many lessons in that movie, and it's a good reminder for us as adults. I feel like recently I've been having this conversation with a lot of people in our community that um, people are very judgmental of adults that enjoy Disney or adults that go to Disney, and it's been kind of discouraging to me. I for the most part, like I really don't care what other people think about me. I'm pretty at this point in my life, like I don't I don't really care that much. But it can be discouraging when people are making fun of you for something that you enjoy. And that movie is always such a good reminder for me of like it's really important for people to express their emotions and be in touch with all the stuff that's going on in their lives and um, pretty much healing their inner child. And I think that's like why we all really love Disney is I'm sure that we've all dealt with like really, really hard things in life. And Disney is something easy to turn to, just like all the little islands that Riley has and having connections with those things. Like Disney is one of our islands. And yes, Hockey Town. And so having like a little Disney island, like that's part of our connection to our emotions and us taking care of ourselves and our inner child. So I just felt like it's been kind of discouraging recently with all these people being like Disney adults are so bad, like blah blah blah. But I'm happy to be here among other people that love this stuff as much as I do. So thanks for being here on that side tangent. Yes, Inside Out, you got to watch it. Next one, speaking of Hockey Town, this next movie, like I never hear anyone talk about, which is absolutely like it's unbelievable because this movie is one of the best Disney movies in my opinion, and it is Miracle. It's based on the 1980 Olympic hockey team that won in Lake Placid. And obviously, it's a little bit different for me as a big hockey fan. Like, I really, really enjoy that movie. But the fact that it's based on a true story of the 1980 Olympic hockey team, the men's U.S. Olympic hockey team, beat the Soviet Union, like it, it's just like really unbelievable what that did for the whole country. Um, Jeanette says, I'm completely unbothered by the Disney adult thing. I don't like much of what others like. I don't expect them to like. Yeah. Um, Jeanette, that's my whole point though of why is it okay for other people, like for something that makes someone genuinely very happy. Like, why is that bad, right? Like, why are you making fun of someone that of something that they love and that makes someone happy? Like, if you enjoy going out to a bar and drinking, like, I'm not gonna be like, ha ha ha, look at you drink, ha ha, ha, that's so stupid. I I mean, whatever. Like, everyone has their own thing, and that's what kind of makes the world go round. I don't know why people pinpoint certain groups of people to pick on. So anyway, Chris, you should really watch it. I think that you would like it. I mean, obviously you don't have to be a hockey fan to enjoy it. I think it's really inspirational. It's got Kurt Russell in it, and it's just really really like such a beautiful, well done movie. I definitely cried during that movie as well. Um it's just really heartfelt, and once again, you don't have to be a hockey fan to enjoy it, but you should definitely watch Miracle. Hi, Avery. Welcome. The next movie is another, obviously, hockey movie is The Mighty Ducks. I don't know if you guys have seen The Mighty Ducks, but The Mighty Ducks is definitely all three movies you should watch, but definitely the first one. Even if you're not a hockey fan, once again, like you do not have to be a sports fan to watch these movies. They're so entertaining. They're so funny, so well done. I grew up watching the Mighty Ducks and really, really loving the Mighty Ducks. And the fact that Anaheim made their hockey team based off of this movie is insane. Hey, Horizons, welcome. Long time no see. I watched Miracle when it first came out. I was around for the 1980 Olympics. It was a great movie. Yeah. I remember my dad telling me, he's like, I remember exactly where I was when they counted down. And they're like, it's like literally a miracle on ice. It was they were such underdogs. No one thought they were ever going to win. And at that point, like the US just needed something. They needed some little spark. It was a really difficult time in US history. And yeah, it was a miracle on ice. Like it was just something that the whole country needed. I can't believe they named their team after the Ducks. Yeah, the Mighty Ducks, the Anaheim Ducks. I still think it's very cool. Actually, when we flew into the John Wayne Airport when we were going to Disneyland a couple years ago, and it was in Anaheim, and they had all this Anaheim Ducks memorabilia on the walls, and it was just so cool. I actually haven't seen the TV show for the Mighty Ducks. Emilio Estevez plays Coach Bombay. He's very cool. But I didn't know that he was not going to be in season 2. Okay, next, another one for Broadway, Newsies. If you haven't seen the Newsies one for the Broadway show as well, you should definitely watch this. I know if you're not a Broadway fan, you're probably not going to want to. Yes, Avery. I played a hockey tournament up there in Lake Placid, and my brother played a hockey tournament up there in Lake Placid, and he won his hockey tournament up there. It was very, very, very cool to just be up there. Pretty far drive for us, but it was cool to be there and just to witness. And obviously being somewhere where the Olympics were held, it's very cool. Newsies was Christian Bale. So that's the movie, but you should watch the Broadway show which is also on Disney Plus. My favorite song is Seize the Day. It's always been one of my favorite Broadway songs. Verna, have a great evening. Thanks so much for being here. But yeah, Newsies is also a must. You should definitely watch it if you haven't checked it out. Another one, The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. I know that I personally have not seen this movie in such a long time, but it's so good. And I remember seeing somewhere that woman Meredith was only like 26 or 27. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that woman looks so much older, and I'm not saying anything, but she definitely like looked way older than 26 or 27. But also, like, why was she trying to, get with this guy that had 2 kids that were, I don't know, like 12? I guess it happens. But The Parent Trap is such a good movie, and if you haven't seen it, obviously go and try and watch it. Wrong parent. No, so you can watch either Parent Trap version, but I like the one with Lindsay Lohan better. I'm sorry. That's just my generation. I love the Parent Traps. Plural, says Karen. I love it. Like just the parent traps. Um, yeah. So the next one, uh, I kind of just generalize it as pirates, but I'm really talking about the first two Pirates movies. The Black Pearl is obviously one of the best Disney movies. We got Captain Jack Sparrow, just so well done. Also based off of a ride, like how cool is that? All the traps, yeah. But the fact that they did this entire movie based off an attraction at the Disney parks, I think, is wild. And so my favorite Pirates movie is the Black Pearl, Curse of the Black Pearl. Um, and I mean, Diminished Chest or whatever the second one is really, really cool as well, just to get to see Davy Jones and get to learn a little bit more about the Pirates universe. But Pirates in general, really, really cool. Another one, The Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway. If you guys haven't seen The Princess Diaries, I feel like a lot of you guys probably would have. But specifically the first one too. That movie is so good. And if you like Julie Andrews as well, like it's so good. It is so good. I watched it recently again, and it definitely, like, even 20 plus years later, like I think it is 20 years at least that movie came out. I think it came out in 2001. So maybe 21 years later, it's still so good. It's so good. Let me see. I'm weird. I don't like the Pirates movies at all. Oh, really? Jeanette, I didn't know that. Very interesting. There were 3 sequels to the original Parent Trap. So there's not just 2 Parent Trap movies? I thought there were only 2. Well, that's good to know. Awesome. Chris, you like the Pirates or the Princess Diaries movies? I don't know which ones. But those are really good. Next one, I just put Star Wars. So for real, if you haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies, you should definitely watch them. I don't know what you've probably been doing if you haven't seen any Star Wars movies at this point. If you haven't seen them at this point, you're probably not watching them for a reason. You just might not like the genre. So I mean, if you haven't seen the new ones, I would watch them. I'm probably one of the only fans of the new ones. All things Star Wars, yeah. I really liked the Princess Diaries as well, Chris. Star Wars 1 to 6, 7 to 9 is terrible fan fiction. No, it's not. See, this is what's upsetting to me, is that everyone trash talks the sequels, and I actually really like the sequels. So I think they're well done in a different way. I mean, I know that no matter what, in any big fandom, someone's gonna hate something. So I'm out here saying that I really like the sequels. I'm sorry. Okay. Next one, Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I would have all the Spider-Man movies up here too, but they're not on Disney Plus. But Thor Ragnarok is one of the best ones. I think Taika Waititi is absolutely fantastic. Chris Hemsworth is fantastic. Yeah, then you have Solo and Rogue One as well. Yeah. I like the story as well. You know what? I really, really like some of the characters. I can understand why people are upset, as people are huge original trilogy fans. I think they did the original trilogy dirty, but I mean, at some point, like, what are you going to do with Carrie Fisher's character? Like, she's not here anymore, which is very, very, very sad. But I think they did with whatever they could with that situation. I love the prequels too. Everyone for the longest time would hate on the prequels as well. I really like Jar Jar Binks. Like, I don't see what the issue is. I'm like a very easygoing person when it comes to movies. The only kind of movies I don't really watch are horror movies. Hey, Nicole, welcome. But definitely Solo and Rogue One as well, combined into those Star Wars movies. But Thor Ragnarok, definitely give that a shot if you haven't seen it. The final movie that I have on this list is West Side Story. There are Simpsons Marvel crossovers. What? And maybe I'll do a part 2 of this and talk about the Disney Plus shows, because honestly, I'm not going to get through all the Disney Plus shows right now, tonight, because I didn't realize what time it was. But we can definitely continue this into a part 2 for next week. But my final movie is West Side Story. It's not the original West Side Story, but the newer one that just came out last year, I think. Well, either last year or the year before, but I think it's last year. And that movie is really, really well done. Really, really great. If you know anything about West Side Story, it's the exact same story. It's just told a little bit differently with newer people. Um, Interesting, Nick, that you say the original West Side Story is better. I really enjoyed this West Side Story. The original one I don't believe is on Disney Plus though. I just can't get past what a bad actor Hayden is. Well, okay, let's give Hayden some some credit too. Like the writing isn't the best, but it was still really good, especially in Revenge of the Sith. Patrick, what is a golfer's worst nightmare? I was thinking about you as I read this joke. What is a golfer's worst nightmare? The bogeyman. The bogeyman. Yes, indeed, West Side Story. I assisted directed that play in my high school. Oh, awesome. Very, very cool. But yeah, West Side Story has been around for a very long time. If you know the story, it's pretty much the same. But I felt like it was really well done by Steven Spielberg. Um, so Horizons, we actually did talk about Hamilton. Hamilton is a must-see for me. If you've not seen Hamilton yet, you definitely should. We were talking a little bit about how you don't even need to be a Broadway fan. You don't need to be a rap, R&B, hip hop fan. If you do by chance watch it, the only recommendation that I have is to watch with subtitles on, just because some of the rap parts are really, really fast. And for example, I was saying for Guns and Ships, which is one of the songs done by Lafayette, he raps so fast that you can't even understand some of the words that he's saying. It's just very, very fast. So I would definitely have the subtitles on. And it helps you understand the plot a little bit more about Alexander Hamilton's life. Hey, Aaron Wright, welcome. So those were all of the movies that I have. Obviously, yeah, the OG West Side Story is on HBO Max, I think. I'm pretty sure it is as well. Once again, if you guys have any recommendations for me that I haven't talked about on this list specifically, I know I kind of went through some of them fast, but I was trying to be very picky about, like, I figured that all of you guys were probably watching all of the Marvel movies, all of the animated Disney films, but I tried to pick ones that I thought were kind of underrated that not a lot of people watch or not a lot of people talk about. So Horizons, I haven't talked about TV shows yet, but I actually haven't seen Miss Marvel yet. So if anyone else has seen Miss Marvel and they want to talk about that one, maybe next week, we're going to do TV shows next week because I have my list of TV shows as well. I watched both West Side Story movies, Jeanette. I love the original one as well. Cool. And what's really nice is that all of us have such different interpretations of movies, different perspectives. I mean, I'm a lot younger than some of you guys as well, and I'm even older than some of the other people in this community. And so we all have different tastes, all different interests, different things that are unique to us, that were intriguing to us. And so that's what makes the world so unique. Oh, nice, Aaron. That's really cool. I think having having Disney Plus anywhere on any device is really cool. Yeah, check out Holes, Jeanette. If you guys hadn't seen any of the movies on this list, I definitely would like. It sounded like a few of you guys haven't seen The Greatest Game Ever Played or Holes, or Hamilton. You guys should watch those. I didn't call anyone specifically old, but I still like to think that I'm fairly young. A lot of people still try and guess my age. They're like, which I think is kind of funny. They're like, you're either 17 or you're 40. I'm like, well, that's quite a range. But whatever. I know that around my age group, it's really hard to figure out how old someone is. Chris says Miss Marvel is okay. I'm a couple episodes behind though. Yeah. I mean, some of the new Marvel shows I haven't been really intrigued into watching. I have to catch up on them. But before we go, let me do this. Before we go, I just want to say this magical moment for this week is I'm going to actually dedicate to, I'm trying to figure out the best one. Mr. Tina McNeil, Tina McNeil's husband, Mr. T. McNeil. Meg is my favorite 18-year-old. I am. Some woman at the airport when I was going to Disney the last time asked me if I was in high school, and I was like, "Yeah, thanks." I don't look if you guys, like, meet me in real life, I don't look I don't look like I'm 17, but I had a mask on, and she was like, "You look like you're in high school. Wait, when do you graduate?" And I was like, "Ooh, thank you." I graduated a while ago. Um, I'm 12. Yeah, no, actually, I'm 14. But to Tina McNeil's husband, I don't want to get into too many details, but Tina is such a great supporter, and so is her husband. They're just so supportive of everyone in this entire community. And thoughts and prayers going to Tina and her husband. Just love you guys. Thank you for everything. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you guys next week, I guess, for more TV shows. I didn't think that this was going to take me as long, but apparently it did because who knew that I would have gotten off topic or off track of talking about movies or whatever. But for next week, think about any other TV shows or movies that you have recommendations for on Disney Plus. I would love to do this for like all streaming platforms just so that I can figure out what I'm missing because apparently there's a lot of TV shows out there that I'm not watching or movies that I've missed. Actually, it would be really cool, Nick, if you came on and we talked a little bit about movies as well. But I would love to do that on like an all streaming platform thing because that would be really cool to see what shows everyone is watching. Or also might be like super insightful to know what kind of person you are. Yeah, do it for Netflix and Paramount Plus. I've been watching Netflix recently too. Yeah, I know, Tim, right? I have to do that too. But thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week for more Disney Plus TV talk. So have a great week, great week, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.